Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Spectrum podcast. Our today's guest is Olivia Hoover, and the topic is going to be about spirituality and intuition. You can introduce yourself.
Hello. Yes, like Anna said, my name is Olivia Hoover. Friends. And yeah, I practice spirituality. I can do tarot card readings, oracle readings, pendulum, medium channeling work. And I'm just an intuitive light worker. So I'm just here to chat about that whole world. Yeah.
Nice. And as you already know, I know nothing about spirituality and intuition. That's why I wanted to do the podcast. And I'm for sure gonna be mind blown because I am like science, like my mind work in a more scientific way. But yeah, I'm just so curious and open to everything. So I prepare some questions for you.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear your point
Yeah.
of view and to chat. It'll be fun.
And the first question is, what is your definition of spirituality and intuition?
Mm. Okay, I don't get asked this often, so I'm just gonna go on the fly what I think. My definition of spirituality for me personally would be spirituality is a set of beliefs that I would equate to a religion. So basically, it's a religion, but it's combined of a lot of different practices, beliefs, and religions. So when I hear the term spirituality, I don't think of one certain thing. It can be a mix of Christianity, Buddhism, a mix of Wiccanism, paganism. It's just a mix of everything, like a set of beliefs that you kind of abide by. But it definitely does relate to the occult. So, the other side. So that's like a very winded version, but intuition is a separate thing.
Yeah.
Intuition, yeah. Intuition is your gut instinct and what you know to be true inside. So people always say like a mother's intuition. That's the best analogy, or like sister's intuition or female's intuition, whatever. It's just that feeling and that knowing, and that trust in yourself. And spirituality and intuition go hand in hand because your intuition is what you listen to and your spirituality is what you like believe and practice. It kind of sort of can explain your intuition, I guess. I hope
Yeah.
that answers it. We can
Yeah.
talk more. That's the beginning.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I feel like everyone has some like kind of intuition, like it's inside of us, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, I mean, most of the time, not most of the times, but like, yeah, sometimes you just don't listen to it because you want to be like rational. But
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta listen to it, I guess.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. When you do the kind of stuff that I do, like the whole reason I can practice what I practice now and believe what I believe is because I have listened to my intuition,
Yeah.
opened up my intuition, as a lot of people in this community, spirituality, in the metaphysical community, people will call that's like, um, yeah, you have to listen to your intuition and trust your intuition. It's all about that. Anyone can do it. That's what I always believe. Anyone can. You just have to trust yourself. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Second question. How did you get into spirituality? What event or experience in your life brought you to deep dive into it? And how did you start believing in it?
Ooh, that's a good question. It's actually a funny story. I might have, did I tell you the story yet? Or did I save
No.
it? Oh my gosh, you're gonna laugh. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, a couple years ago, I went to Trader Joe's in North Hollywood. My
Okay.
first summer in LA. This is where it starts. It was 2017, and I went there with my ex, and we were walking up to go get samples from this cool looking lady who had pink hair and was just super cool. Her energy was amazing, and we were like, let's go chat with her. Let's get samples. Let's see what's going on. So I get talking to her, and she asks me what brought me to LA, and I tell her, oh, film and TV industry. I have an internship, whatever. I was like, how about you? Or are you from here? She's like, no, I'm from Connecticut, but I've been in LA for a couple of years because I moved here to become a medium. And well, I am a psychic medium, but
Oh.
I moved here to start my business. And I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I've always been really drawn
Uh-huh.
to psychic medium stuff, to ghosts. As a kid, I love watching the show Ghost Whisperer. It's like this, like, yeah, or Buffy the Vampire Slayer, anything that was like witches or like twitches,
Yeah.
no, on Disney, you know, I was always drawn to that. I was always curious what happens on the other side when you die, because I had been raised Methodist, which is a branch of Christianity, you might know.
Uh-huh.
And I was raised like in to believe like heaven and hell. Like I was raised to believe all these things. And I always questioned it. I was like, there has to be something else. It can't be that cut and dry.
Hmm.
Like, especially because there's so many other religions. How can there just be this one thing? There has to be something that has more. And everyone was like, no, this is just it. And I'm like, but
Yeah.
um and there was other personal factors, which I will say I am a queer lady. So a lot of people growing up were like, if you're gay, if you're queer, you go to hell. And I was like, but I swear
Oh,
I'm a nice person. Yeah. So I already had a very jaded, like, slight perspective where I was like, this can't be right. Like, you know,
yeah.
so I always was looking for something more, but I never knew where to go. And I didn't trust like those like some certain shops are a little sketchy. They're trying to make money. So
Hmm.
there are a lot of fakes out there. And I have had a bad reading before where she was like, you're cursed. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And but she's like, but I can fix you for $500 sound bath. And I was like, no, I'm
No, thanks.
19. And I was like, I'm 18. This is not real.
Yeah, that will freak me out.
No. And the thing is, some people can prey on you, to try and make money because this stuff is scary. If someone tells you you're cursed, you're probably going to be like, am I actually cursed?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So this is my background. Okay. I guess I had to explain that to get to the Trader Joe's moment. So we're in Trader Joe's. I'm talking to this woman and she's telling me she's a psychic medium. She's like, you should follow my Instagram, Molly the Medium. I was like, oh my gosh, I'd love to. Like, I'm so into this stuff. I would love to follow you and see what you do. Was just very curious, knew nothing at the time. And
Yeah.
I started following her. Exactly, what's up.
Yep.
I started following her and she would do live readings on her Instagram where she would have you do pick a pile cards. So she would put a few piles and she would be like, don't think about it, just pick a pile, that's your message. So I was picking them and I would get really like nervous, like, whoa, this is so accurate to
Hmm.
my life. So I was just following her, whatever. And then she did this special deal for the month of June in that summer. She was like, anyone who identifies under LGBTQ plus, because she's also queer, she
Uh-huh.
was like, I will give you a free reading, an email reading. So I was like, should I get one? And I got one from her. And it was amazing. And and she emailed me this long thing and she was like, so this guy came through on the other side for you, like, I don't know. And I think I knew who it was, but either way, she's like, your spirit guides and your angels are coming through and they're telling me that you are an intuitive, like you should be doing this type of work. If
Yep.
that scares you, don't worry about it, but they hope you will open up your intuition and like research about this and they think you'd be good. And I was like, whoa, what does this mean? So I just kept following her and she basically was my mentor. She would post like what angels and spirit guides mean on YouTube. She would post how to do, she was just like spirituality 101. She was like my teacher
Yeah.
unofficially. And then it kind of just kept going from there. So that was like the event. But I'm telling you, like once you open up your intuition and once you get into this work, you
Uh-huh.
see life a whole different way.
Oh,
Like
I'm excited.
I I went through some major changes. Like immediately I was like, "Oh wow, a lot of people in my life aren't serving me." Like, "Whoa, I need to like quit jobs. I need to end friendships. I need to do breakups. I need to move. I need to do all these things like cuz you just start getting these messages. I don't know, I'm rambling. I'm getting too ahead of myself, but like I met her first and then it launched into everything. So that was the big meeting and then everything kind of happened after that. So that was this true start.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
But I was meant to meet her, That's the crazy part about spirituality is like that wasn't just a coincidence. Like we
Yeah.
were meant to meet. Like that was planned by our higher selves. And I'm like, okay, that's when it gets crazy. Like we were
Yeah.
meant to meet. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Especially me that I'm like that I always like follow logic and yeah, I always base everything on scientific like
It makes sense.
temperature and everything. Yeah.
Which it's cool that we're both talking because it's like we have a whole different perspectives, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly. I mean, it makes sense to our brain, but there are a lot of things that we don't know and we will never know. So,
Yeah, I know.
okay.
Still
Next.
don't know everything, trust me, but there's a lot more that I've realized from all this work, but we'll
Yeah,
get
for
into it.
sure.
Yeah.
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 Okay, next question. How do you communicate with your crystals?
Oh, that's amazing. So, okay, communicating with crystals, it does and it doesn't happen. It's not like I can like pick this up and be like, "Oh, I can hear what it's saying," you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like genuinely, like she's laughing. Like I did bring a bunch of my crystals. They're right here.
Oh,
I have
nice.
a lot right here. Um, my tortoise is being really loud. If you guys hear scratching, I'm sorry. He knows I'm here and he's like, "Give me my lettuce." And I'm like, "Give me a minute, buddy. I'll get there." I'm filming the podcast. Okay. So your crystals, the best way for me to describe crystals is that crystals are just stones, you know.
Yeah.
They can be tumbled or they can be a piece of like raw crystal. Like I have over here, um, this crystal is not tumbled. So it looks like kind of like you'd find it outside.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But this one tumbled. So it's very smooth.
Yeah.
Funny story about this one. There's reasons why I have white spots. There's a crazy story behind that.
You
But
can tell the story if you want to.
okay, I will explain it. Yeah. So, but first with the crystals thing is like each crystal has a name and each crystal has properties that it holds. So like in the community, you know, we believe in like chakras people can say like it's sort of like the rainbow. I don't know, have you heard of chakras?
I
Okay.
mean, I have heard of it, but I don't know what that is.
Okay. So basically there are what I think like six chakras, I believe. Yeah. And they go, I'm not an expert on this, by the way. This is just what I've known and studied for the past 3 years. I just want to caveat, I'm not an expert. So
Okay.
please do your own research. But you have a chakra for each like section of like your energy field, sort of. So you have like red represents your root chakra. I'll explain that one. That's the first chakra. It's your foundation. So think of it like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It's exactly like that, pretty much. Like if your base, you know that one like in psychology, like if your home life is like a mess, like
Oh
if
yeah, for
you
sure.
can't afford, yeah,
Yeah.
not a mess, that sounds rude, but like if you don't have a place to live and you want a place to live, if you can't afford food, if you don't have food to eat,
Yeah.
you know, if your home life is chaotic, everything else will also be like you're not going to be like happy until, you know, that's like step one.
Yeah.
Same thing with root chakra. So it's really similar to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like you got to meet all of these sort of in order.
Hmm.
And the top one of all those needs is like your crown chakra. So that's like your connection to divine, a god, spirituality, whatever. So you kind of, I don't know, it's basically going back to the crystals. Each colored crystal can correlate with a chakra. So
Okay.
like the red ones, if I was feeling really ungrounded, let's say I was having fights with my roommate or I couldn't afford rent or something,
Yeah.
I was like really ungrounded, I would know my root chakra is not good. So I would like
Yeah.
grab some red ones and like
Okay.
bring them around with me. And just feel the energy and just like actively work on making that part of me better. It's really like I don't know how to explain them. Like I don't really know if it's fake or not, but I just have noticed like if I carry, for example, if people are draining me, okay,
Hmm.
let's say at work, or let's say I know I'm gonna have a really stressful day in general, I'll bring a black crystal around because they absorb negative energy
Okay.
for you. It's like protection, like they're kind of just like support and I don't know, like comforting.
Yeah.
Um, it's really hard to explain, but you kind of get a feeling when you hold it.
Mhm.
And you, I don't know, I feel better and like I notice some different change. Same thing with sage. It's all about like psychic protection. Like if I sage down and stuff, like people who are low vibrational, will go away because it's like repellent to them. They don't like it
Oh.
because it
Okay.
gets out negative vibes. Like the crystals, they hold properties to like work with you. They're almost like little pets or little babies. Like think of them like plants, but they're rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same way people like love on their plants. You have to like take care of your crystals. Like you can't just throw them around. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I got some crazy stories with them. Like they almost have personalities. Like, can I show you one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So this is one I'll explain. So this is a piece of it's not moonstone. I can't remember. I'm horrible because they all have names.
Yeah.
A lot of them. It might be moonstone, but I have to check. I'm literally like, I buy them because I'm like, oh, I love this one. It's so pretty. And then I read the properties and I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, I need that. Because
Oh,
usually shops, yeah,
they have
usually
like
it
a little description. Yeah.
exactly. So then you're like, okay, cool. This is what I thought. But also once you know the colors of your chakras, like I'll be like, okay, I really need to work on like my heart is really hurting. Like I'm going through heartbreak. Let me get a piece of rose quartz. That's for like your heart chakra, love. So then I like have it and you just feel like the love of the crystal. It's I don't know, it's almost similar to like I don't know, people what are those called? Like would it be similar maybe to like the beads like in Catholic? Do you know what are those called? I'm making myself
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm not
yeah.
a religious person, so I'm not sure about it, but
Um I forget what they're called, but people like hold them and they just feel better. Like
oh yeah, or like also like Catholic people, they wear
yeah,
some
that's
necklace and stuff.
like the sign of the cross, things like
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah,
it's really similar to that. Like crystals are only a small part of this whole thing. Like I'm not like I worship these. Like they're really just like nice energy and it's really interesting how they can be healing. Like I'm telling you, like I'll wear one if I'm having an issue with something like,
yeah.
you know, whatever. And then I feel better. Like the other day, I'm going on a spiral. I lost my voice. And to me that means like my throat chakra is not it's out of balance, like something's wrong, I'm not speaking my truth, I'm not speaking clearly, I'm not setting boundaries. I you know
Yeah.
so I pulled out all my blue crystals and I put one in my necklace and I wore it, and I made sure that I was like setting boundaries, I was telling people how I really feel, and the next day my throat was better. I'm not kidding, I got my voice back.
Yeah, so they help you to take action in a way.
In a way, yeah. They kind of like aid you. Yeah, you do all the work, but they aid you. But the funny thing is, like, some of them don't like it's like they're yours for a reason, okay? Because the thing is, sometimes you can like don't let other people touch them if you don't trust them. Because here's the thing, they'll get mad. And that's the funny thing. And let me explain. I know you're like, what do you mean? Let me show you what I mean. So I was on set for a job.
Yeah.
Somebody saw my tattoo because I have a tattoo right here. That
Oh,
was a it's from my oracle deck. It's from this deck.
angel.
It's literally
Oh, nice.
angels, gods, and goddesses. It's one of the cards in the deck. I used to pull it all the time and was like, I love this message. I want this as a reminder. So he saw that and we got chatting about spirituality. And I was like, oh yeah, I have crystal on me right now. And I pulled out this. And he was like, can I see it? And I paused for a second because I'm like, because the thing is, they carry energy and it's my energy. If I give it to somebody else, then I absorbs their energy.
Oh, damn.
So here's the thing. I gave it to him. I'm getting chills thinking about this. And then he gave it back to me and I immediately was like, I shouldn't have let him touch it. Like it's like I shouldn't have. I
You
went
felt
home. I felt something. Yeah, I did. But I was like, it's fine. It's fine. But me trying to be a nice person was like, here. But I knew I probably shouldn't, you
oh,
know?
yeah.
And then I get home and I'm taking off my pants, like, and I had it in my pocket. I'm changing. It falls out onto my bathroom floor, which is like tile. A big piece of it chipped off.
Oh, no fucking way.
Yeah, a big piece chipped off and now it's chipped. And I was like, it's pissed at me. But then my friend had a really good reading of it. She was like, no, I think it was just ridding itself of his energy. Like now it's you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because they're protecting you.
Yeah.
Like it's the same way you don't just let anyone into your home. You
Oh my.
don't let anyone touch your crystals. Crazy, right? And same thing with this angelite. This is a piece of angelite. So this is like a very powerful crystal. It's connected to your crown chakra, the top chakra.
Yeah.
Purple is that one. So that's like your connection, like I said, your relationship with like God, your higher self, all these things, whatever. So angelite, it's like your angel, it's very, very special. And when I didn't really know any better, I put this in a necklace that I had and I wore it around during the day.
Hmm.
And I was standing around a couple people in my life who weren't the best for me at the time and or really drained me. And this literally fell out of my necklace 3 different times with 3 different people, with the people that I was like iffy about. Like I was like, these people make me so tired when I'm with them, or they like stress me out. The
Yeah.
angel like jumped out and literally I had to like chase after it and it chipped. Like, and I realized from talking to Molly, she's like, yes, some of the crystals like absolutely don't want to be out in public. They're too powerful. They don't want to be near people that are bad for you. They'll literally like let you know, like, this person is not it. Like by doing that.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I know.
That's
So you have to make
insane.
sure you cleanse your crystals because they can absorb a lot of energy. Like you got to sage them down every now and then or leave them in the windowsill at night when it's a full moon. I don't know. You can like charge them. I don't do it too often. I should do it more.
Hmm.
But yeah, those are crystals. So there you go. Some
No,
crazy crystal
nice.
stories I have. Yeah.
Yeah, I have another question for you. It's actually the last one, but I think you already answer it. Yeah, you already answer it. It's like what are the different type of crystals and what's the meaning behind their color? And you kind of answer
Oh,
it.
yeah, I went really a lot on the
Yeah.
crystals. Yeah.
How many colors are they?
And the chakras, I think there's 6 because there's 6 chakras, but there's a ton of different colors of crystals. Like, and some too, like, have a
They're a
mix of
mix.
colors,
Yeah.
but this one's mainly green. And green goes with your heart chakra. Like, that's the color of the chakra. Um, but I mean, yeah, I mean, crystals are only one small part of it, but truly spirituality to me, like, it's just comforting
Yeah.
because it reminds me that, like, there, I don't know, like, that you didn't ask this, but I kind of want to say, if I can,
Sure.
why I like it. So, okay. So, like, the whole belief that I kind of have is like when you cross over, well, there's one other part. I first believe in past lives. So, like, I've learned from this is like, I believe that there are newer souls, and there are older souls. I believe that
Or
what'd you say?
reincarnation type of thing?
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Reincarnation type of thing. I believe that, and this is something that I've read in many books and podcasts, and from listening to my friend Molly and just my own chats with people and what I've experienced. I don't know. It's really comforting to me to believe that, like, this is my only lifetime that I will be Olivia, but my soul has been many other people before. Like, I know some of my past lives because of meditating. I've learned about my past selves, and it's crazy, but like, you can kind of tell. I feel like you're an old soul. So I feel like that's why when I found out your age, I'm like, there's no way this girl's been around the block. Like, she knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, the thing is, each lifetime, it's why some people cannot pick up on lessons faster than others. Like, we're like, how do they not realize that it's rude to like interrupt? And it's like, they're literally probably a new soul.
Yeah.
They've never, you know, like, I feel like I've had at least like 4 to 6 like full on lifetimes. And I,
I
hmm?
I just like this type of thought because
Yeah.
there's I believe there's something else, right? I don't know what that is, and I don't know if there's a god, whatever. But like reincarnation is like the best option that I can see. You know, like I don't want to think about hell or like paradise or whatever is in between. Reincarnation is like it's a nice thing to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy though is like, spirituality used to be, first of all, it used to be really condemned because the thing is, this stuff, it traces back to indigenous people, like Native American people, indigenous cultures. They've been practicing and believing in all this stuff forever. They believe everything, from what I've read, everything like has an energy. You need to respect the land, you need to respect the animals, the plants, each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
and that has been really stripped away as we've gotten just more and more, you know, reliant on technology, and like we've learned to like hate other people that are like different color skin, different religion, different gender. But the
Mhm.
truth is, like, what I believe in this community and what I'm getting chills right now, it's like it all comes back to love and light. And
Yeah.
the people that are hurting and the people that are rude, that are hateful, that are draining, like they're the people that need the love the most,
Yeah.
and they just didn't get it. Yeah, so they're just so deeply angry. But if you just like realize that, instead of getting mad, because that's what fuels people that are like that, it's then they'll be so confused, like kill them with kindness kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah, you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
we witness this all the time, like, like people that come in and they have a bad attitude or whatever for our job. It's like, okay, well, if you are upset, let me try and be like, hi. And of course we can't fix everybody
Mhm.
stuff, but we can try and like spread light.
Yeah.
And most times they'll spread back, or they'll just feel better. Like it just
Yeah.
makes you feel better. It's straight up physics too, that like someone said this before and I'm trying to get it right. It's like
Mhm.
being like low vibrational is a lot of terms that I've been using a lot. It basically means like when someone walks in the room and you're like, they're not feeling good.
Yeah, no. And also like, yeah, if you're surrounded by people who are always like negative or like tired and they
Yep.
bring you down. Like I feel my energy is like super down. I just want to sleep,
Yeah.
I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
So yeah. And
No, see, you're feeling that.
yeah, and lately I've been feeling like that. So I'm kind of like thinking what's going on.
Well, I can give you a small reading if you
Crystal
want.
is like good for that. Like to have positive energy and like be happy and like more excited about life.
Definitely the first couple that I recommend is getting a piece of, I have one, hang on. It's called I think it's called like black tourmaline. I think I have to look it up. Literally any black crystal though. This
Oh,
was one of the first, these two were the first crystals I ever got. This
nice.
one's purple. Yeah, thank you. And this one's black because I had a really rough time with a friend. I had a really toxic old friend and I was so drained every time I was around them. So I was like, let me just get this. And it made things better because I'm not kidding, it just like absorbed the energy, and then I was able to just like live my own life. Because the thing is, like, another thing I realized from spirituality is that nothing and nobody can hurt you or make you not happy, upset, whatever. Like, you
Yeah.
control that. Like, that's the mind-blowing thing about it. It's like people can trigger you and make you upset, and don't
Yeah.
believe, please, I get triggered all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
because it's hard to be like, I'm so content right now, like having true
Yeah.
inner peace where I'm not phased. Like, whoa, that's hard because we are human.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
We're literally human and we have mood swings and we get tired. Like, if I don't have food or if I haven't sleep, I'm going to be way, way not my best self. If I'm not
Yeah,
working
for
out, if
sure.
I'm not letting out stress. hmm but I recommend this for you. And then for your energy and stuff, it's like, another great one to get early on is a clear crystal, like
Okay.
clear quartz, because this takes away the bad and then this brings in like good new cleansing. Also, I recommend getting sage and saging your
Okay.
space. Start from like literally the stuff you can control, and you're just going to see, like, the second you start setting those boundaries, those intentions, people are just going to fade away. Like, the stuff that's draining you will leave your life, and the habits, like,
That's nice. Yeah.
it's so nice. But oh, what I was saying before, about past lives, I guess there
Yeah.
was something about, I was going on a rant, but oh, I just feel like, oh, it's always existed, it's always been around, but what's really cool right now, 2021, is that the collective conscious, so like a lot of us are waking up to the truth of like what this life is really about. Like before the pandemic, here's what I mean. A lot's went down in the past year, right?
Yeah.
We literally had a global pandemic where we all were forced to go inside and literally like look at our life and ourselves and be like,
Oh,
when life opens
okay.
up,
I know
spirituality
what
is
you mean. Yeah.
yeah, because we literally were forced to like sit with our thoughts and be like, am I cool with my life? Like, do I miss working every minute, every day, no time for a break, no time for a relationship, no time for me? Or do I actually like having a balance? Like, do
Yeah.
I want to press play on my life before? Most people say no.
Yeah. You realize a lot of things. And also, like, you
There's a reason for the
realize,
pandemic.
huh?
No, sorry, I was just saying there's a reason for the pandemic,
Yeah,
like
I know for sure.
spiritually. But what were you saying?
Yeah, no, I learned a lot of things, not only about myself, but also about like other people and which people I want around me and which people
See,
I missed and which ones I was like, oh, I feel better without them.
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And not a lot of people can say that because not a lot of people are self-aware to realize, these things. They just say, oh, I haven't seen them in a while. But they don't really read into it. It's like, well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Everything comes back to physics. And like literally, like this is one of the things I believe. I have this really great book called like Law of Attraction by like Abraham and Esther Hicks, something like that. But basically the book is all about like we talked about this earlier, what you put out is what you get back.
Yeah.
And so if you're putting out positive vibes, like if you're putting out like, oh, I'm so successful, I'm making so much money right now, I'm so happy, I am like working out, I'm achieving all my goals, you're going to bring in people in your life that are like, yes you are, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
if you're like, ugh, everything is so bad, I'm so poor, I have no friends, I'm so all these things, you're gonna bring in people that make match your energy.
Yeah.
So like in the pandemic, what you said, you lost people that you didn't want, that you realized later weren't good for you. That's
Mhm.
because you were leveling up and they couldn't keep up,
Yeah.
match your energy anymore. So they were like, bye. Like it's literally comes down to like it's like magnets, you know what I mean? Like you're going to attract people that are like same as you. And sometimes yeah, you have to deal with tough people that test you.
Yeah.
Maybe they're a coworker, maybe they're a boss, maybe they're a partner, a family member. Family will
Family
test
members
you.
are the worst because
They are.
they are your family. There's nothing you can do about it, and you want to just help them. And
Yep. Family, you know what? But you can remove yourself from the situation, but there's that guilt, then that's part of a lesson. Like that's the thing is like this all comes down to lessons to me. We are meant to have each lifetime is meant for us to learn many lessons.
Mhm.
So like maybe this lesson, you learn to not be codependent with somebody, or this lifetime you learn to heal your relationship with money. So you're not like, oh, I don't have enough, I don't have enough. Like you get to a point in your life and you in general where you're like, I have enough money right now, and money isn't everything to me.
Yeah.
That's like true healing, like right there, because it's like truly what makes us happiest is love. Like that's the truth of
Yes, for
everything.
sure. Yeah.
Hate is very low vibey, gossip is low vibey, money is low vibey, all of these things, like politics, like
Oh my
power.
God, politics. I hate politics.
uh you know yeah, because it's so corrupt and it's so draining,
Yeah.
because they don't really a lot of them don't really care about you, they're just trying to do it for status and
Yeah.
for power, which is low vibey.
Yeah, for sure.
But like they're learning those lessons, but we can't give in. So it's really hard, to like not let these things get to you, because every day you were tested. Like people will walk in and be like, oh, the weather's horrible, but if you're like, I don't mind it today. That's a horrible example. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I was saying, but you will be tested every day, but it's just part of your journey. Just don't like brush it off, and just recognize why that person is in your life. Like it's like that's why where science can come into play, or psychology. It's like going to therapy is so similar to getting a tarot card reading. I'll be honest.
I mean,
Like,
going to therapy can, you can realize a lot of things. Like you can learn a lot because, every time you go to a clinical psychologist, they have a lot of knowledge about, like, how your mind works and why you do certain things. Maybe because you had a trauma in your childhood or whatever, and
Yep.
they know what to say
Yep.
every time at the right moment, and they make you realize something in your mind, and you're gonna be like,
Yeah,
damn, how did I not realize that before?
exactly. That's the same thing with this, except in this, it's like the cards are a tool for your spirit guides and angels to give you messages. So here's, I guess, something I should say. It's important is like,
Yeah.
okay, with readings, like a different little tangent. It's like, so I do readings, right? But it's not me being like, oh, let me just pick a random card and be like, here's your message.
Hmm.
Have fun. Like, you're gonna like people who have never had a reading think you're gonna tell them like, oh, you're gonna die tomorrow or something dark. It's like, no. Here's the thing. The readings are like advice, like on steroids, because imagine getting tough love conversation from someone you really respect and knows what's best for you. It's that like these cards are picked especially for you by your team, because we all have a team
Okay.
working with us, which I know that one seems out there, but you'd compare it to like loved ones who passed away, like angels to archangels to God, whatever you want to call it. um the universe, people will say. um I believe, and a lot of people in everyone, most people in this community believe that you have a team working with you on the other side, and that includes, bear with me, your higher self. So there is like my full self is out there and like this in betweeny, I don't know how what it would be called, but like on the other side working with me, as is this team of spirit guides and angels. And it's impossible to explain like in a nutshell version, but like it's comforting to me to know that I'm never alone, and that like I am always where I need to be, and I'm on the right track for right now. Like that's another thing this community spirituality calms me down, is knowing that like I can never make the wrong move. So that's where I also find comfort. And I like, other people to know is that like we all, this has all been planned out by our higher selves, and we're just living it right now, which
Oh.
is crazy. Like you have free will to
Yeah.
choose the way you're going to get there, but like you and me, I believe our higher selves planned this life for us, and now we're living it.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's like that's calming to me.
Yeah.
But so they can help you, but they're not going to tell you the secrets.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell you like, because you have to live your life.
Yeah. So you
But they'll
feel,
give you little codes, like they'll help you.
yeah, you feel kind of protected because you always have them.
Exactly. And now I'm not scared of like dying anymore, because I also feel like, like when I pass away, like I will have another lifetime. And or some here's the thing, like I believe like each lifetime you learn lessons, and then you kind of like cap out at the lessons, and then you could become a spirit guide.
Mhm.
Or
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, I know, you can become a spirit guide. Or I don't know, I just don't like the whole idea that you're gone for good. Something about that doesn't feel
No,
right.
that's the worst. Every time I think about, like, oh my gosh, let's say, I mean, let's say that
Yeah,
when you die, you just become nothing. Like
that's
that's the worst thing you can think of.
I know.
Like it's so depressing, literally.
Yeah. So I don't think it's true. And everyone I talk to, like spiritual people who like straight up hear voices of people who passed away, people who get messages, like they see visions, all these things.
Mhm.
Everyone that they talk to confirms that the other side is is not like what anyone thinks. It's so much better. It's like there's no heaven, because that it's just
It doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense, because who makes the rules?
Yeah,
Who
right.
picks who's gonna go, who's not? Also, would you want to go somewhere where everything's perfect every day? It's like
No,
that's
right? You
to
have no
hell.
motivation.
There's no motivation. Like, exactly. So to me, I'm like, that can't be true.
Mhm.
And they're all like, yeah, it's not true. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And that's what I love about this stuff. Um,
Do
that's
you
literally
think
what,
you always meet the same people in a new life?
yes.
Yeah.
But you meet new souls. But let me tell you, I believe in this concept called soul family and
Hmm.
soulmates and twin flames and all these things. So, soul family is everyone has a soul family, okay? These are people that you travel with from each lifetime to lifetime. Like, do you ever meet somebody like a person you dated or date are
Oh
dating,
yeah.
and
And
you're
you're
like,
like,
how
I
do I know you?
yeah, for sure.
Or the bond is so strong where you're just like, I can't even like, I'm never gonna get rid of you. Like, you're a friend for life.
Yeah, yeah,
So they're definitely a member of your soul family. Like, whoever you're thinking of right now, definitely soul family. And the thing is, those people might stick with you forever in this lifetime, and you also might be with them and then it might explode and you don't talk to them. Like, but the thing is, they made a huge impact on you
yeah,
and you get a really strong connection.
yeah,
Because the thing is, like I said, first of all, I believe everything's about light and love. We're all just like creatures of like light, and we're energy at first. Like we're souls living human experiences.
yeah.
So we could have been animals in past lives. I believe that for sure. Yep, could have been animals. Um, yeah, because animals have souls, and like
Yeah,
your
yeah.
animals can be your soul family. Like,
Oh, that's
yeah,
cute.
like literally, I'm sure your cat. Yeah, literally,
Uh,
it's yeah, I love that about soul family. But the thing is, like, you agreed because here's the thing. My friend Molly says this, and so I'm gonna credit her for this.
yeah.
She thinks when you die, and a lot of other people believe this too, but her exact wording of it is something along the lines of this: when you pass away,
Hmm.
or no, right when you're born, you sort of have a meeting. Imagine this, like a round table meeting with like your higher self, your spirit guides, your angels, your soul family. And you're like, okay, so last lifetime I learned how to provide for myself. I didn't need anybody. I was like a single mother and I got through that whole life. I made I raised a child. I did that all on my own. Next lifetime, I want to learn how to like fully give my heart away. I want to fall in love, or
Yeah,
want to like have a business and be successful. So they're like, okay, cool. Like these are your goals for this lifetime. Here's the lessons you're going to learn. I'm getting chills. And then it's like, okay, then you're born. And here's the thing, you also choose your family. So
oh,
this is crazy. This is crazy, but something really comforting to me is like, for example, I'll give example. Um, I'm trying to think of the best example for it. So in a past life, let's say you had a really rough relationship with like your brother.
yeah,
Maybe you would make your brother your son in your next life because then you're forced to like work through that karma with them because
oh,
they're your son.
yeah,
So it's like you have to so it's like your family is an intense one. Your birth family, okay, not your chosen family, your birth family, because for your first 18 years, if not more, you have to like work together for the most
yeah,
part.
yeah.
You have to coexist, and trying to love them and be happy, but a lot of times we have trauma with our family because we're really healing generational trauma with them. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
helping them learn how to be a good parent, they're helping you learn how to be a good kid. Like, it's really symbiotic, and like it's crazy to me, karmic ties, soul family. But yeah, so soul family can be friends, family, animals, whatever. Long tangent, but like I definitely believe that you have a core group of souls that travel with you
That's
and help you
nice.
out. Yeah, it's really nice and teach you lessons. They help you achieve your goals and learn your lessons. Like, so it's so cool when you meet them because you're like, ugh, you just get me, and they get you.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Like, it happened so many times that not so many times, but like sometimes that I meet a person and I'm like, this person is gonna be someone very important to me. Like I just know as soon as I
You have a
see
good
that person, I'm
intuition.
like, I just know that.
You
Yeah,
got good intuition, girl. You love this stuff. Like, I'm excited. Like,
yeah.
uh, well, okay. The other thing I will say too with the tarot and oracle is like you can just get general readings from like your spirit guides, your angels, higher self, but you can also get messages from direct people who have passed on. Because the thing is, if you have animals or loved ones that have passed away, they're still watching over you. Like if you feel them around you, or if you think of them randomly, or a song plays, or you see something like a symbol and it reminds you of them, that's them sending you a message. Like people on the other spirits on the other side send us messages all the time, like in terms of numbers, music,
Hmm.
something someone says, you're like, whoa. And you're like, why does that remind me of like my grandma who, and then it's
Yeah.
like, that's your grandma
But
giving.
how do you know if they are reborn in another,
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that's another good question. Like, I don't really know if I know people that have like had someone pass away and then you meet them again in this life. I feel like that would be so rare. I don't know how often that's a thing, but I know, well, no, I mean, yeah, I've never
You don't
heard
know.
of that
Like,
happening.
yeah.
I guess, yeah, I guess you would know. I'm really, now you got me thinking, like, does that happen much? But I'm like, I don't think it does, like, because that would be too confusing. Like, because the thing is, they're a whole different person. But what can happen though, I'll tell you this: you can meet somebody in this lifetime that you had another life with. That's for sure. But then you're like, you're never gonna be like, you were my dad before. It's like
No, no,
you're
no,
just
no, no,
so
no, no.
connected. Yeah.
Like what I meant is like, let's say a person in your family dies, right?
And then
And you think, oh, they're watching over me. But what if they're doing like the reincarnation process, you know?
that'd be wild. No, that's a really good question, which I haven't read any stories about that happening. If it did happen, it'd be amazing and beautiful, and I'm sure it has happened. That'd be so cool. But I'm pretty confident that you wouldn't know for certain. But you could like feel like, whoa, this person reminds me of my grandma, but that person will never be like, yes, I am your grandma.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, but what I mean is like, you know, you said, we have our loved ones that are watching over us and everything, but those people, when they are going to like be in this world again,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah. You know that they're gonna be,
When is
the
that
thing
gonna
is, yeah, okay. I think I see what you're saying. Like usually there's a little bit of time in between because the thing is they're not, that's a good question. So usually they don't rush over into a new life immediately because they want to wait for the loved ones now to make it through this lifetime. Like think of it like if you passed away, you wouldn't want to like walk through some door where you're like, I'm never going to see you again or remember you until like your lover like joins you or your mom or whatever. Like
happen?
you want to like check in on them. So that's kind of why they're like in like a limbo, but they're very happy and they're completely satisfied. Like, and also the cool thing is like time doesn't exist the way it does over there. So like it might even be like one day for them, which is so cool
But
and
yeah, it's just
crazy.
yeah.
It's all crazy to me, but it also makes sense because I'm like, it has to be like that. Like, and there's plenty of people that have like for generations have studied and researched this and like you can confirm it. Like the stuff that I can do with this pendulum, it's like this like is a tool to like practice mediumship. Like I can like contact spirits on the other side. They'll show me like yes, no, maybe, which is
Oh,
crazy. Yeah. It's like a Ouija board, but like not at all.
okay,
Like
okay.
way nicer. And you have to be careful when you do this work that you don't bring in anything low vibey, like low vibrational, but you just set the intention and they stay away because love is like, it's like I said earlier, it's like repellent
Yeah.
to like, that's the thing too, is like spooky ghosts, like being haunted places. They're not actually bad, spooky, scary things that can hurt you. They're just trapped, hurting souls that like refuse to move on and or are like stuck. But if you, and they can't hurt you. That's the cool thing. Literally, they can't. Um,
Okay, that's cool. And
yeah,
yeah, I'm like,
so
wow.
random. So random. Do you want to get a message on anything before we go?
Sure. I mean, I don't know how that works though.
Well, okay, I can give you like a mini reading. Like if you had a question or if you have someone pass away, you want a quick little message, I can pull a card for you if you wish.
I'm thinking, yeah. I mean,
Or
I'm
just a message for you.
maybe just a message. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
If anything comes to mind, but if it doesn't, we'll just see, we'll get you a card because I want to show you what I mean because it kind of, it's hard to explain, but so I do these for a lot of people. I started doing these because my mom, I wasn't even that close to my mom growing up, right?
Yeah.
But her aunt gave me a deck of tarot cards when I was in middle school. And I was like, what are these? I'm scared. And I lost them because I didn't know what they meant. They're like, yeah, they're like cards, but they look a little spookier.
Yeah.
Traditional tarot, it's like King of Wands, like Two of Swords. Like these things didn't make sense to me. So I was like, what is this? But when I told my mom that I was getting into this stuff, like I was really intrigued by it all. She found my tarot deck
Oh,
without telling me and brought it to me when I was in college. I'll sage you. Ooh.
okay. Thank you.
Cleansing the energy, just bringing in your spirit guides and angels only. We're
Nice.
only going to work with love and light here. Nothing bad will be told, just stuff that will help us out. Everything is in your highest good, highest best. But my mom brought this up to me. I was like, I think you should have this. And I was like, whoa, it's my tarot cards in this scarf.
Okay. I was like, wait, what is that?
No, I was like, I guess I meant to start doing tarot. So I just started playing around with it and learning it. It's this deck.
Okay.
Looks like this.
Oh,
Um,
it's cool.
it's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool. I can pull you one of each, actually. We can just do that. Sure. And basically, I was scared at first because I didn't know what they meant, but I started just researching what they meant because they've been around for so long. You can Google the meanings.
Yeah.
But the goal is to just trust your intuition, like the crystals, pick them up and what are you feeling? Like same thing, you know. It's like you kind of know when you like something. It's the same thing with cards or with crystals. It's like, nah, I don't really like that. Same with people, same with food.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like trusting yourself and trusting that these messages come from something bigger than you. Um, so basically, I started doing that for myself, and then I started doing for a couple friends.
Yeah.
I'm shuffling them like 3 years ago. And then it wasn't until the pandemic that I went public with it. And because I thought people would judge me or they'd think it's weird. But I was like, you know what? This is like every person, yeah, I've given a reading to, they're like, this has like helped me so much. Or I opened them up into wanting to do
Yeah.
reading. And I'm like, this is a gift. And like, also more people have it than they realize. I should be spreading this so
Yeah.
that they can unlock it. Yeah. Like it feels right. So I gave like probably like 60 readings in 2020
Oh.
and they were amazing. And it's just been awesome. I love doing readings. Like I usually use a mix of like 3 to 4 decks,
Yeah.
like 15 cards or whatever. And I love doing it to people I don't know, just strangers, because it's like that it's even more like,
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah. So anyways, that's the whole story of how I got into the tarot and stuff like that. But I love doing it. But okay, let's see what you need. Let's just give you a message from each one.
Okay.
Let's see. Fill out immediately. Okay. And then this other deck, let's see for Anna. Just one. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, so a little baby reading for you. You're scared. Okay. All right. So okay. Ooh, okay, so we're diving in right here. So the first card you got, they go all in right here, let me tell you. Okay, but remember what I told you, it's like it's love, it's in your highest best. Like this is like advice from a friend. Like they know you because it's you
Okay.
and it's your spirit guide. So you got this card, Angel of Soul Love. And so here's what it looks like. So it's so
It's so
it's
cute.
so sweet. But it says time to look at how you value yourself, issues of self-love.
Oh,
So we're just diving in. She's like, great. You can edit this out if you don't want to share
it's
it.
all right, no worries.
Okay, leave it. Yeah. So if this card's coming up, basically I just start talking and seeing what I get and if it resonates with you. So what I'm getting is like like your spirit guides are saying that you've been like judging yourself pretty harsh, and they're telling you to be a little like go easier on yourself. Like I'm getting from this card that like you're not giving yourself the same love that you're giving others. Like I imagine, I've done this to myself where it's like, oh, I'm eating so bad, but then to others you're not going to be the same. Like, like talk to yourself how you would talk to like a little kid version of you. Like would you be like, oh, you did nothing today, are you serious? You'd be like, great job, like you completed the day. Like break
Mhm.
it down in a more like simple way and find ways to celebrate yourself,
Yeah,
and you'll feel happier because like you're doing really well and you're doing a lot of stuff and
yeah,
they're proud of you. So
yeah.
that's what I'm getting from this is like, how are you valuing yourself? Are you constantly like doing the jokes that are like self-deprecating? Like are you telling yourself like I'm trash or oh I'm not getting it
Mhm.
together? Is this
So
resonating with you?
I love being very gentle with myself because I know that I have to, respect myself and like be kind because I love myself.
Yeah.
But at
Woo.
the same time, I expect a lot from me because I know I can do a lot.
Yep.
So when I don't achieve, let's say like, I don't know, I miss a workout or like
Right.
I miss something and I don't know, like something small, I kind of get mad at myself or like I feel not bad, but like, oh, I should have
Feel
done
like
that.
you failed yourself, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I can see that, especially lately. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
always try to like be kind to myself.
Yay. So you know what? Like then on one hand, you can take this as a validation that like they see that you are trying and they're proud of you for trying. Maybe it's something you struggled with before and you're almost finished
Before,
work.
oh, yeah, yeah, for sure.
See? So maybe this is addressing like an old that makes sense because especially because we were talking about like lessons. So I feel like a big lesson for you they're wanting me to say now is that you used to struggle with that and you it's not as bad anymore.
Yeah.
Self-love, like you're learning to love yourself and that's important because if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love somebody else? That's a RuPaul quote.
Yeah.
But it's true. And like, you know, if you are not loving yourself, then like you can't really give love to others. You're giving from an empty cup. You have to make sure, like it's the whole thing they say on airplanes, put on your own mask before helping others. Like you got to make sure you're meeting your needs and you're like, like I did amazing today. Like that doesn't mean you're conceited. That doesn't mean you're being selfish. Like that's good
Yeah.
to praise yourself sometimes. And because, yeah, that's just like knowing your worth. So that's cool. I love
Nice.
that you got that one. That's sweet. I imagine this is like giving yourself a hug. Like,
Oh, yeah, that's so beautiful. I just love the picture. Yeah.
me too. I love that. Okay, I love this too. Okay, so the next one you got, this flopped out really fast. Ace of Swords,
Oh,
which I love that you got that.
okay.
Okay, so swords to me is all about like, I don't know, I feel like you have a lot of sword energy where it's like, this is just like confidence, like you're not afraid to like cut something out if it's not working. Like, independent, like I got this, like don't need anybody else because I'm just gonna do it kind of
Okay.
energy. So I feel like this is coming through in some way in your life. You're taking a stand right now where you're like, I'm done like waiting on somebody else. Like I'm done. Like I'm like, if I want it, I'm gonna go get it right
Oh,
now. Like I'm getting the energy from this one where it's like, we're starting new, clean slate, but like I know what's up now. Like I'm trying to think of exactly what aspect of your life this is, but it's just like this, I feel like as well as sort of another big lesson. Like I feel like you've been through it before, maybe taken advantage of in the past, and you refuse to have that happen anymore.
yeah.
So you have self-protection. Like ace is one. So it's like you're like, I'm armed and I'm ready. Try and get it,
Yeah.
just try and stop me. I'm gonna achieve my goals,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
feel like that one relates a lot to the past, because now I'm, yeah, like if something is not good for me, I know it, and I'm like, no, that's not good for me. I need to let it go, you
You
know?
have good boundaries.
Yeah.
Really have good boundaries. Yeah. So I feel like that's what this is calling out. And I love that because when I shuffled it, it like fell out and it landed face up. Like it's like there's no doubt where you're like, nope, don't like that person. Like, so just feel like you're in touch with your intuition, slash, you know where you're going, like very clear path ahead of you. And you're like, I just need to like get there and go. And like, I have myself and I know that I'm strong enough to handle it on my own, no
Yeah.
matter what happens. Like you're just independent. And then yeah, this kind of ties back to that where it's like, remember that, we'll have good days and bad days, right?
Yeah.
But like love yourself through all of it. Like remember, like you're gonna be okay. You're on the right path because you have all these tools, you're so strong. And just like love yourself through it, like through the days that you get sick, through the days you miss the workout, just be like, I'll get it tomorrow. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's your little mini reading of like just a general. It
Yeah.
was super general, but that's really good because we don't want to go all in on the podcast. So
Yeah, I know for sure. It's too private.
right, it's like this is perfect because it's about your
Yeah.
personality. So I love it.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for like, talking to me about it, and,
Yeah.
acknowledge me about like spirituality, intuition, and everything. And for sure, I want to get some crystals.
Yeah, let's go to a shop together.
We can go together, and I need to get a black one and like a clear one for sure.
Definitely. And then just walk around and see what you're drawn to. They're really only like a
Yeah.
couple bucks. So just be
Yeah.
like, I like this one.
And then I'll see it myself, if I feel something. And yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here.
Oh, I know. It's like I could go on forever about this, but thank you. This was amazing.
Yeah.
I
And
love talking about it.
where can people find you, to like contact you if they want to have some readings, and, how much, like, are they gonna pay, or, like, so.
Yeah. So people can book readings with me through Instagram, Miss Olivia 05, and it's 2 A's. So it's MISSOLIVIAA 05 on Instagram. You can just DM me. I do half-hour readings or an hour readings, and I take donations, but I do have a base price of like $30 to $50, depending on how long it is, what you can and are willing to give. But you don't have to give, like if you can't pay, like I make exceptions because I just want to give the messages, and I just take like Venmo or anything like that. But yeah, I can do them over Zoom. I've done so many over Zoom, and we can go general, we can go just love life, just career, if you want channel messages. Like it's so fun, and everyone always like feels so good after them. That's the goal that I have. I never want anyone, there's sometimes tears because it can get really deep, because I'm like, hey, are you okay? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I can tell. But we work through it because, like I said, their spirit team is trying to give them help and messages and love. And so they're always really great. I always tell people, don't be scared. You're just talking to me, and I make it safe. But yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, and see you next time.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, bye.
Okay, let's see.